Hello and welcome to Deep Dive on News6 World. I'm Asuma Kataka. Today we examine a significant legal and political development in Hong Kong. Pro-democracy media entrepreneur Mr. Jimmy Lai has been sentenced to 20 years in prison under Hong Kong's national security law. We break down the case, the charges, the history, and the international response. Jimmy Lai is a prominent figure in Hong Kong's recent history. Born in mainland China, he built a business empire in Hong Kong and founded Apple Daily, a tabloid-style newspaper known for its strong criticism of the Chinese government and its support for democratic reforms. Over the years, Lai became one of the most high-profile supporters of Hong Kong's pro-democracy movement, a position that brought him both international attention and scrutiny from authorities from both China and Hong Kong. Now, a Hong Kong court has jailed pro-democracy tycoon Jimmy Lai for 20 years on Monday after he was found guilty of national security offenses last December. This is the harshest sentence under the controversial national security law of China, which China claims as necessary for the city's stability. Along Lai, 6 other former executives of the paper were also jailed on Monday. Their sentences range from 6 years to 10 years. Let's now understand the charges against Jimmy Lai. Jimmy Lai was convicted under Hong Kong's national security law, which was implemented in 2020 following widespread anti-government protests. The court found him guilty of a collusion with foreign forces, conspiracy to endanger national security. Prosecutors argued that Lai used his media platform and international contacts to advocate sanctions and to seek foreign support against China and the Hong Kong government. The court ruled that these actions met the threshold for national security offenses. The sentence, 20 years in prison, is one of the longest handed down under the law to date. The case is rooted in a long-standing tense relationship between Jimmy Lai and Beijing. Since the 1990s, Lai has been an open critic of the Chinese Communist Party, particularly after the 1989 Tiananmen Square events. Following Hong Kong's return to Chinese sovereignty in 1997, Apple Daily continued to publish content supportive of civil liberties and political reform. Chinese authorities have consistently maintained that such activities cross the line from journalism into political interference. The introduction of the national security law significantly changed Hong Kong's legal landscape, expanding the definition of security-related offenses. In 2021, Apple Daily ceased operations after its assets were frozen and several senior staff members were arrested. Authorities said the action was necessary to enforce the law. Media groups and international observers had described the closure as a turning point for press operations in the city. Beijing has defended the verdict. China's foreign ministry said the sentence was reasonable, legitimate, and lawful, adding that Hong Kong is governed by the rule of law and that national security cases are handled according to legal procedures. Let's listen in.
香港是法治社会，特区司法机关依法履职尽责，维护法律权威，捍卫国家安全，合情、合理、合法，不容置喙。
Hong Kong Chief Executive John Lee said the ruling demonstrates the effectiveness of the national security law in safeguarding stability and order, public order. Let's listen to what Chief Superintendent of the Police National Security Department, Steve Lee Kwai-hwa, has said.
法庭講得好清楚嘅，呢個係一個好罪行重大啊！即係如果咧，我哋睇翻嗰個我哋嗰個嘅國安法入邊咧，我哋分個檔次咧，呢個係一個最高嘅檔次。而佢個量刑起點咧喺15年，之餘咧，法官咧亦都加咗一啲嘅加刑因素落去，例如咧喺嗰個嘅呢個嘅煽動罪入邊咧，我哋咧係加重咗2個月。 而喺呢個嘅勾結外國勢力罪咧，亦都係加咗3年。而個理由係咩咧？因為佢係一個罪魁禍首，因為佢係一個。
Taiwan has criticized this sentence. The island's Mainland Affairs Council said the case could have a chilling effect on media, civil society, and international engagement. Taiwanese officials said they view the ruling as part of a broader trend in which national security is used to regulate political and media activity. The UK called for the Chinese government to release Lai, saying it will rapidly engage further with Beijing. It is also important for viewers to know that Lai has been a British national since 1996. The European Union said it deplores the sentence and called for Jimmy Lai's release. The EU stated that the case raises concerns about press freedom and judicial independence under the one country, two systems framework. Supporters of the national security law say it has restored stability and order in Hong Kong. Critics say it has reduced political space and media freedom. Jimmy Lai's case now stands as one of the most prominent tests of the law and a reference point for how national security legislation is applied in the city. As global reactions continue, the sentence is likely to remain a focus of international discussion as the intersection of law, security, and political expression. Joining us for this discussion is Dr. Satoru Nagao. He's joining us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much, Dr. Nagao, for joining us. Now, thank you. Now, how do you respond to Jimmy Lai's sentencing, specifically its concern about the chilling effect on media and civil society? Do you think it reflects a broader regional concerns about Beijing's growing influence in Hong Kong?
Of course, Jimmy Lai's sentence is a symbolic incident that China is cracking down the democratic movement and which ignores the agreement with the UK when the UK returns Hong Kong to China. So the two systems in the one China is China's promise, but if China crack down Jimmy Lai, who say the proper opinion under the democratic regime, this is not respecting the two systems. This is China's system. This is one system in one country. So that's why this sentence is quite challenging against international society. Diplomatic agreement is just a paper, and China can change anytime, something like that. So that's why this is a very important step, but at the same time, Hong Kong is under China's control, it is obvious. And so that's why this is symbolic now. And there is no power to change this situation just now. So that is quite unfortunate situation.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for highlighting that. And Doctor, how does Taiwan's criticism of the national security laws, especially in light of its own democratic system, underscores its position on Beijing's action in Hong Kong and its broader geopolitical stance?
This is important for Taiwan because China say China can apply the same system to Taiwan, but from Taiwan, this is China's promise that they are watching. So that's why China's promise is respecting Taiwan as a democratic country. It looks like, but that is just a lie. So that's why people from Taiwan, this is very important. Taiwan want to leave from China because China is a country like that.
And how might the UK's continued push for Lai's release and its calls for stronger response from Beijing impact future UK-China relations, particularly in light of Starmer's recent visit and the ongoing debate surrounding China's global influence?
Viewed from the logic, the UK should show the strong stance toward China. But the reality is still the UK focusing on the benefit of the trade with China or others. So that's why this is some kind of the double standard. So on the view from the justice or not, it is clear that UK should do something against China. And in case of the rescuing the people in Hong Kong, UK did some certain rescuing process or easy to get the visa or something like that. But at the same time, the violation against the diplomatic agreement with the UK, in this case, UK hasn't done anything in this case because UK believes they do not have enough power to do that. And at the same time, they worry about the benefit when UK and China trade is beneficial, they believe. So that's why this is one kind of the double standard and real politics that is unfortunate indeed.
With that, it's a wrap. Thank you very much, Dr. Nagao, for joining us on this episode of Deep Dive.
Thank you.
And that wraps up this edition of Deep Dive. Stay tuned to NewsX World for more news and updates.
What